Hello. The purpose of my video, and I'm sorry my English. I'm Boricua, I'm Puerto Rican, but uh, it's about well, let me explain to you. Um, like maybe a week ago, I went to do grocery at Walmart, and when I was like in the aisle where the Latino products are, one lady came next to me and asked me about how come when she's cooking Spanish food it doesn't taste the same, and like the way she just like sometimes when she goes like she was telling me when she goes to the restaurant she's trying to imitate the same flavors and stuff, and the food I guess it doesn't come out the same. But this video and the purpose of my channel right now is gonna be mostly for those American people that wants to try Latino food, and was a little bit of our secrets for cooking so tasty. Okay, so I'm gonna start like showing you the secret of our really cooking. Caribbean people, talking about Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Cubans, basically tastes a little bit similar, but it's not really the same. But it's just cooking is an art, and it's whatever like suit you when you're cooking, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you your food taste good. And you can always whatever products that you have in Cuba or Dominican Republic or whatever, you can always add it to any cooking, even to American cookie, to enhance the flavor a little bit better. But I'm gonna show you, and I'm sorry about my English, I said, because I was born here but I was like raised in Puerto Rico. But I'm gonna show you a little bit of the ingredients that basically are always the same. You always do your own little like touch with cooking, but that you learn that through experience, like they say. The more you practice Latin food, the more you're gonna see what tastes better, what you don't like, what spices maybe you want to use instead of the ones that I'm gonna suggest for you. But basically I'm gonna show you usually when we do like rices, when we do stews, we always, or when we fry, we tend to use like olive oil. So this is an essential olive oil, not only for the cooking, for salads. We usually when we fry, I know it's not good to be frying food but everything that you fry is better. So usually I use vegetable oil. You can use whatever the preference that you like, I don't know, depend on the brand that you like. But basically those are, you can always substitute this one, the vegetable oil, for canola or sunflower seed oil, I don't know, whatever suits you. But remember, if you want to taste the Latin flavor, you stick to the ones that I'm telling you. Don't use anything else, because and then don't complain telling me in the comments, oh, it didn't come out like the way you said that it was gonna taste. I said, well, don't blame me, blame yourself, because you was the one who got out something different, not the ones that I'm telling you to buy. Okay, so another ingredient that we usually use is always tomato sauce, any kind, doesn't matter what brand, as long as tomato sauce. Okay, if you use tomato sauce, depend on the amount, it's gonna give you a little bit of color. Some people, they don't like tomato sauce and they prefer the tomato paste. With this one you have to be a little bit more careful because it's more concentrated. It will give you more color, so it's gonna turn a little bit too red, the food. Okay, but just use caution with this one. Okay. Another ingredient that we use is basically salt. But if you have problems with health, omit that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. But if you prefer to cook with salt for your rices, for especially white rice, so then you use the salt. Okay, let me see what else. Let's see. This is very important. This is the one. In our cooking, we use a lot of adobo. You see, it's different brands. The one that I prefer, and it's not to give any promotion for the brand, is this one right here. I'm not gonna say the name. You read it, but it's really good. The brand is really the best. Okay. Now, a lot of people, when they do rices in Spanish cooking, they tend to use this. I don't do that. The adobo is made specially only for meats, and it says clear in the back of the bottle right here. If you read it, it's in Spanish and in English. And what it says, adobo, the perfect blend of garlic, oregano, and seasoning. It's all you need to make beef, chicken, fish, and vegetable taste great. It doesn't say anything about adding to the rice. So if you tend to add this to the rice, it's up to you. As a Latina, I don't do it. And if I'm trying to recommend something like this to American people that are looking at my channel, so please don't use this in rice, because it's gonna add too much seasoning and too much salt. This is very high in salt. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Don't use these. Okay, with what I'm gonna give you is enough, but this one, don't use it in rice. Okay, so besides that, the other thing that is a must, because this is the secret to especially to Puerto Rican flavor. Okay, and I know some people are a little bit like skeptical because it's MSG, but this is what it gives the really like the special kick to the flavor of our cooking, and it's Sazon. You see, Sazon. This Sazon is different from this Sazon. It's the same brand. Let me see. Oops, sorry. Okay, the difference between this one and this one is this one. I don't know if you can see it right here. It says contains annatto. Okay, and this one is just without annatto. Annatto is the one that is gonna give the yellow color. So this one, if you want to make yellow rice, authentic Hispanic yellow rice, then you're gonna use this one for Latin cooking. Okay, this is the one that's gonna give you the color. Now, if you, as an American, don't approve to use MSG, the monosodium glutamate, right? So then we can substitute that with this product. They call it Behol, and it's a mixture of, let me see if I can see the ingredients. Is well, it says that it's good for paella, if you're gonna do paella. If you're gonna do yellow rice, meat, you can put a little bit of color with this for meat, chicken, fish, soup, stews, and pasta. Okay, and all that it comes is with this Sazon. Well, I will say Sazon for you guys to understand, but what it means is contains, is made in a base of corn flour with cumin, annatto, and color. This is what it is. So if you just don't want to use these, you can always use that. But this is not going to enhance the flavor as this one, because this is to enhance the flavor of the cooking. to the Latin cooking. Okay, so but these, or what they call annatto, right here, what they call annatto is no other than the achote, the extra strength achote, that is annatto seeds. So this is only like a bunch of little like seeds. I don't think this one is all new one. I don't think it's open, but it's a lot of seeds that you take a little amount, and then you use a pot, and then just put a little bit of oil, and you let it boil with a little bit of these, and that makes the color if you want to add it to the rice, if you don't want to use these. Okay, during my videos I will explain to you how to use it if you don't want to use this and then you want to use that. Usually all these spices you will find it in the Spanish aisle, Latin aisle, or you can always find it in Amazon. Amazon has everything, so you can always get it in Amazon. Another product that is good for Latin food is the ham bullion. So for places where you cannot find like pieces of ham, because we usually like add ham flavor to the beans, at least in our culture, in Puerto Rican food, we tend to use it. So you can substitute the real piece of ham, like that we cut in squares, and you can just use a little bit of these. You don't have to use a whole envelope, because this has salt as well. So this one has salt, this one has salt, so that's why you have to be very careful the amount, or you just have to keep on trying, practice, and then see what is the balance in your food. Okay, but this one is really good. It gives a really nice flavor in the beans, or anything that you want to add a little bit of kick of ham flavor. So this is it. Usually I use maybe like half for beans and stuff, or if I want to add it to any rice, so just half is enough. Another one that we usually use when we're doing I don't know, beans, if you want to like do a little extra flavor, it's garlic, or you can always use fresh garlic. But this one, if it's easy for you to find this one in the aisle of any brand, you can always like do it. We use in our cooking, we use the fancy pimentos. So this is the roasted fire pimentos. I like the brand, I'm sorry, I have to say Goya is the best, but I'm not trying to advertising, but sometimes you find the peppers with a little bit of like little black specks, and sometimes it's really hard to like clean it and stuff for the cooking. But with this one, with Goya, you will not get a complaint, because it's always nice and very clean. You see, perfect. It's really good. This one is really good. Okay, so we use the peppers, and you can still use some of the broth that is inside. You can always add that, a little bit of that to the food, because it adds more flavor. It's good. It's good stuff. Another one is beans. With these is your choice. If you are a person that works and don't have the time to leave the beans, the raw beans that comes in a bag, soaking the night before, so this is the best option, and the quality is really good. It doesn't matter what brand, because not because I'm having this brand you have to buy this brand, because the brand that I get from Walmart, the beans are perfect. They're really, really good too. Okay, so this one is really good. Okay, and let me see, another product that we use in Latin food is olives. Now, it's a lot of different type of olives, okay? But the ones that I have here is the one that's called salad oil, salad olives. Sorry, salad olives. So those are the ones that comes without the pit, okay? And it's in slices, you see? It comes with the peppers and already sliced, okay? So this is another one that is really good. We can add it to meat. If we're doing stews, if we're doing beans, if we're doing yellow rice, we use this, okay? Another product that I like to use, everybody cooks different, but in my town, from where my mother comes from, we use that. So it's chicken bouillon. This will give, some people use just water and the seasonings and stuff, but this one will give you a little extra kick of flavor. So this one will make the water taste like a broth when you do like yellow rice. So this is good stuff. So like I said, you have to be careful. You cannot use a lot of these because these contain salt. Same thing with this. So if you're planning to use this and add that and add these, you have to be careful. You have to use a little bit. When I'm saying a little bit, could be maybe half a teaspoon, because a little bit goes a long way, okay? So we have to be careful with this. If we do stews, like beef stew, instead of using the chicken, you can still use it. It's up to you. It's just to enhance the flavor. But we use the chicken, not the chicken bouillon, sorry. We use beef bouillon, okay? So it's the same thing. You're gonna use the same method. You're gonna put the meat to boil until it's tender, or if you're gonna use your pressure cooker, and then after that, you're gonna add a little bit of that just to enhance the flavor more. You're gonna use on just a little bit. You're not gonna use a lot because this has salt, same way as the other ones has salt. So you're just gonna use a little bit, okay? Let me see what else. In Spanish, Latin cooking, we use a lot of bay leaves. What they do is enhance the flavor of the stew, okay? Make sure that you clean this very good before you add it to the rice, because sometimes it comes a little dirty, okay? So, but bay leaves is another ingredient that is very, very important for Latin, okay? And let me see what else. Besides the Sazon, besides Adobo, we use two main ingredients. You can still use a lot of other spices. It doesn't matter what you want to add. But the main ones, as a rule of thumb, is cumin. Cumin is really good. Okay, cumin and oregano. Now the oregano that you're gonna use, you could still, I know, for Americans, sometimes it's very hard to find the oregano that is in powder, but through Amazon, I think you can find them, okay? But this is the best one. I don't know, I feel like it's more concentrated than the one that comes in like little leaves that are like in like a little grinder. I don't know. It's different. But this one is the one that you should be using for Latin. You can add that when you do your adobo. Even though it comes with cumin and oregano, you could still add a little bit more. Just a little. And it will go like, it will wake up the food a little bit better. Let me see. Oh, another one that we use is vinegar. Why vinegar? American food asks, why vinegar? Well, we are a little strange when it comes to meat. And when it comes to meat, we tend to wash the meat because we think that It's either not as clean because a lot of people handle the meat, and you don't know the process of the meat, or I mean where they put the meat. I mean, nobody knows. So this would clean the meat. You can use, instead of white vinegar, you can use lemon. Okay, if you don't have these, you can use lemon. Just squeeze the lemon on top of the meat. Let the water go through, add the lemon, clean it, rinse it one more time, and it's nice and clean, your meat. Okay, and it takes away the smell of the raw meat. That sometimes it's a little yeah, so it's always good to use that. Another ingredient that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes we use, depend on what type of stew we are doing, is red cooking wine. Okay, this is just made for cooking, so this is the one that you can use any brand as long as it's red cooking wine, or you can use the white wine, white cooking wine. Okay, depend on what type of you see, that looks good, right? That looks good. So this is another one that you can use, and I left for the last because I know this one is a little sometimes Americans, you guys Americans, and I'm talking about, when I said Americans, that means Native Americans. I'm talking about Latin Americans that they born and raised here, but they never lived in the islands. And whatever they learn from the parents, and sometimes parents, they learn it from different parents, and you know, it's a whole generation, right? But what I'm saying is, sometimes when we talk about adding to the cooking sofrito, for white Americans, I'm talking about you people, you guys tend to think that is the same adobo that Mexican people use for their meat and the food. That is a different type of sofrito or adobo. They call it adobo. This is different. Okay, so this is what it means by sofrito. Sofrito is a mixture of different vegetables that we use, and then I'm gonna go over it again. I know I have another channel where it's only for Latinos speaking, but I decided to do this one specifically for the American people that wants to learn how to do Latin food. Okay, I know you guys visit a lot of Puerto Rico, Cuba, DR. You guys go to Florida and go to Miami, and you like the Spanish food over there. So, well, you can learn. I know it's different channels that will teach you how to do stuff. I'm gonna show you my method of cooking. Okay, so but this one I will soon I will do a video. This way you can see the difference between how other people do it and how I do it. Okay, so I think I covered basically everything, and I will see you in my next video. Hope you enjoy. Bye bye.